I'm just going to come out and say something kind of controversial, all right? This is a boring phone. This is not a boring phone. This is another boring phone. Look at it. Look how boring this is. This? Now we're talking. Now I'm excited. It's different. And similarly, as great as these earbuds are, look at them. Look how boring they are. They're just regular old earbuds. I've got a million of them, and they all look pretty much exactly the same. They're all the same thing over and over and over, and I'm just bored. I'm bored with it. You know what they're missing? You know what these earbuds are missing? A great big hole right in the middle of them. And that's what today's product that I am going to be unboxing and reviewing has going for it. These are the Sony LinkBuds True Wireless Earbuds. And as you can see, there's a big old hole right in the middle of these earbuds. And the reason for that is so that you can hear the world around you. Maybe you've heard of these things here. These are called aftershocks. And these guys are what are called bone induction headphones. You're meant to wear them like this, right? And then the audio plays into the side of your skull or something, and then you hear it that way. And, you know, like these work okay, but there's a lot of sound bleeding. When you have long hair and glasses, none of that stuff works great with these. But the LinkBuds just sit in your ear, but there's a hole in the middle for sound to pass through. This is a really novel idea, and mine just arrived in the mail. So we're going to unbox them right now. All these dang earbuds come from. Get these out of the way. All right, here we go. The Sony LinkBuds. What a strange set of earbuds. What a strange design. And obviously, I'm pretty excited about them because they're weird. And I don't know if you are a regular viewer of this channel, but as I alluded to earlier, I like stuff that isn't boring. I like stuff that's different, that's new, that's odd, that's unique. This is a pretty interesting design for a box, honestly. Look at that. Ooh, it's all cardboard. I just realized something. The padding inside, it's all cardboard. I bet this whole thing is recyclable. That is pretty cool. Good job, Sony. All right, so we have in here a QR code to download an application, which I will do. They're showing you how to put them in your ear and download the app, blah, 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 blah. Then down here you have these little tips that will change the fit of these bad boys in your ear. And here are the LinkBuds themselves. Let's see if there's anything else in this fully recyclable box. There should be. Yes, there is. We have, of course, a USB-C cable. We have our various ear tips. Can I just tell you, I love that all this is cardboard and it all feels really rigid and like durable. This is really a cool thing that they're doing. I really like this. Set all this aside. Even this is not plastic. Usually this is a piece of plastic wrapped around this. In this instance, no, it is just more paper, more cardboard. All right, here is the actual thing itself. This is very small. This is a very compact setup here. Let's compare this to the Soundpeats Minis that I've been carrying. These things are just getting smaller and smaller. We need to weigh them. We're going with grams here. The Soundpeats Minis are 33 grams. This is 40 grams, so they're really close in those terms. Let's open this thing up. Oh, there's the buds themselves, and they are very strange looking indeed. And they are, man, they are in there. Wow, okay. So let's look at this design here. You've got this hole in the middle, right? And that's to allow sound to pass through. Audio is played out of there. And this little tip here kind of sits in your ear. I might be able to show you this. Kind of, if we look here, that little tip would kind of sit up in that region. There you go. There's a little tip kind of in there to hold everything together. So you got to make sure you've got the right tip on there. Let's see how much the bud weighs. So we're looking at about 3 grams, which I believe is about the same as these guys. Yeah, 3 grams. Okay, so very light. So on this case here, one thing you notice is it kind of snaps into place when it closes. So this thing is kind of hard to open. I guess you have a button here to open up. Press that and that will open. And that is pretty novel. So that can open up in your pocket. You get a pairing button, USB-C charger. This is not compatible with a wireless charger. And then an LED to show you the charge status as well. So I guess the next thing I need to do is I need to actually try these guys on and see what I think. So they're supposed to just sit in your ear like that. See if you can see this well. And that little tip is supposed to hold them in place. And that's pretty much all there is to it. So let's put them both in. I just heard a voice say pairing. They're a little odd to put in at first. I may have to get used to that. So I guess now what we need to do is we need to pair them to my phone. Oh, and look at that. We got the quick pairing thing popped up, so that is awesome. Love seeing that. And we also got the link to go ahead and download the app. So we're going to go ahead and do that as well. All there in that pairing process. So that is pretty cool. We have now opened up the app. Let's get signed up and all that good stuff. And I do want to say this, with these things in right now, I can hear everything around me just fine. Obviously, a lot of earbuds have pass-through modes that will allow you to kind of simulate what's going on here. But this is totally different. The amount that this is muffling what I can hear in the outside world is absolutely minimal. Now, I do think I need to change the size of that little tip there. I think that is a little bit too large. So let's see if we can figure out how you do that. So this looks pretty simple. This is basically just a band that can be taken off of it. We're going to try going down to small. Going to kind of stretch that back up over it. And we're pretty much in place there. So let's see if that feels better. Yeah, I think that definitely does fit better for me. Your mileage will vary, but luckily you have a whole bunch of different sizes to choose between. So let's try popping this other side in now, and that definitely did feel like that went in a little bit easier. Pretty cool. So the big thing I need to do now is I need to actually listen to them and see what they sound like. So I'm going to play a song. So I'm going to play a song now of my choice, and let's see kind of in real time how this sounds. So just basically here, I feel like they sound pretty good. I don't know if any sound bleed is happening. I've got these things cranked up all the way. And the interesting thing here is that even at that volume, even if I bring it down, it's even more so the case. I can hear myself talking just fine. I can hear the world around me. Totally normal. The audio is crisp and it's clear. Pretty light on bass. If you're a bass lover, this is probably not going to be for you. I also do want to point out something pretty interesting. So music sounds pretty good, but like dialogue, like a podcast, a video, someone speaking actually sounds really, really weird. It almost sounds like the person's voice is emanating from inside your head, inside your brain itself. It's really crisp and really, really clear. But the fact that you can still hear the world around you, my brain is almost confused by this because it's like, I hear someone talking, but it sounds like it's coming from in here, but it also recognizes I can hear the rest of the world. So it's like confused as to how that's happening. But I can hear the world around me really, really easily. And I think obviously that's the entire point of these earbuds. It's the idea that you can have them in, and the biggest idea here is you can leave them in, right? When I wear earbuds for long periods of time, one of the things that happens is I start getting sore actually in my ear canal because I can never quite find a good fit for those buds. So after an hour, 2 hours, I gotta pull them out because I'm well past sore that far in. But hopefully with these, because there's nothing jamming into your ear canal, the idea is that you can just wear them all the time. And if you turn them off or pause them, you just leave them in because you can hear the world around you just fine. And another cool thing that they've done here is they're making it easier, in my mind anyways, to do your play pause gesture, because most of these are touch sensitive now, where you're going to be tapping and double tapping your ear. With these, apparently you're able to just tap the side of your face. This is a setting that needs to be turned on. So I think that's a good excuse here to jump into the app itself, and let's look at that. So in your app here, you can see your charging level of the case and each bud individually. You can see your song that you were just now playing on this page. Under sound, you have an option for speak to chat. And what this is going to do, and I can test this here, is that apparently when it is on, when you start talking, the music should pause. So basically you're playing your music, someone starts talking to you annoyingly. I mean, that's just the worst. But when you respond to them, the music should pause. So let's go ahead and play this music. And now I'm going to start talking and the music has in fact paused. I wonder if I stop talking, will it resume? No, it does not seem like that is the case. I'm probably going to leave that feature turned off just because I can imagine any sort of random talking around me might pick that up, but that's something that you might want to check out. I also do need to look at this equalizer because the bass was a bit light. Maybe I can crank that up. So this section here appears to be for 360 reality audio, which is something that I don't think I really care about. We might come back to it later if you guys really want to hear more about it, but for now, don't really care. DSEE is basically a sound enhancement software. We might try that as well. So we'll turn that on and see what that that sounds like. Under System, we have Adaptive Volume Control, which I'm going to leave that turned off. I don't want the app changing my volume. I want me changing the volume. So let's look here. Change the tap operation function. So let's check out what we have here. So right now, double tap is play pause, triple tap is next song on the left bud. And it looks like it's the same on left and right, but this can be customized. So let's test the wide area tap first, because this is apparently the ability to tap the area between your cheeks and ears to do that. So let's do a quick double tap to play pause. And that totally worked. And that is a mind-bogglingly weird thing. So I'm doing my work, whatever I'm at work, and someone comes up to talk to me. Music is now unpaused, and that is a much easier area than having to find this, which you can do that. But this is easier. And it works literally just as well. That is wild, and I love it. So somewhat disappointingly, it doesn't look like you can just directly remap these things. What you have here is, I'm on my left bud, I can choose between these set of presets, basically. So let's do like volume control. So then on my left bud, double tap and triple tap would have that function. And you can sort of go through and set them to be like that. And then you could set another function to be on the right earbud. So I'm sure you can probably make that work relatively well, but I'd rather just have full control over exactly what's happening. So in terms of that Google Assistant or even the Amazon Alexa, which I can't test Alexa because I don't have one of those, but in terms of the assistant functionality, this is one of the places where a truly premium set of wireless earbuds really can separate itself from the more budget classed versions of something similar, and Sony really does that here. The assistant is extraordinarily good here. I've got mine set up now to be a double tap on my left ear to trigger the assistant. A triple tap will then tell me my notifications, and of course I can just say, hey, and that also does work very well, and it's very, very quick. It's way quicker than honestly on any other earbuds that I've used in the past. Works great for changing the volume. Even is a really cool thing to be able to do. You can say, hey, set volume to 50%, or tell it a playlist to start on YouTube Music. All that stuff works great. You can just be doing whatever you're doing, say it out loud, boom, it's going to happen, and it's going to work really well. So let's take a look here now and see what kind of change we can come up with in terms of the equalizer. I also want to see if this DSEE is having any noticeable effect for me. So let's play this song again. Go about half volume, and let's see if I can hear anything happening. You know, I actually think I can hear a difference. It seems to be a bit fuller with that turned on, so that is interesting. Let's actually check out the equalizer now. So let's check out what our preset options are. So we have bright, excited, which you can kind of see what we're seeing up here. Mellow, relaxed, vocal, treble boost, bass boost, which might be the way to go, speech, and then you can customize your own. So let's go to bass boost first. Let me see what that sounds like. Okay, so we've just done our own custom. We've cranked up the bass here, and we've done, you know, the old-fashioned scoop, and that does seem to be sounding a bit better. And honestly, I feel like they sound pretty good now. I am also noticing that the position of them in your ear is actually really, really important. And that's because they're not going in your ear, they're sitting in front of your ear canal. So if you put these things in and they sound a little tinny or a little more quiet than you think they should, simply adjusting their position, literally adjusting the angle that the sound is going to be coming out of this thing and how it's going to be directed into your ear canal may make a bigger difference than you're going to guess it will in terms of the loudness, the bass, so forth and so on. So that's something to watch out for. So guys, overall, I'd say I'm pretty impressed. I've had these things in my ears now for the better part of half an hour, which I know isn't a long time, but it's long enough to start feeling some discomfort. And that's, again, a big point of these is to keep them in most of the time. And they're not really feeling uncomfortable to me. I think finding the right ear tip there is going to make a big difference as well. And time is really going to tell, you know, after 2-3 hours just leaving these things in all the time, how that's going to actually feel. But I think that overall, I'm quite positive. Audio quality is about as good as I could have possibly expected for something that has no ceiling ability at all. And then in terms of me being able to hear the world around me, It's really good. I'm a really odd person in the way that I film and edit. I actually will film a little bit, and if I come to a stopping point where I need to think about what I'm going to say next in a video like this, I will actually stop and then edit the clip that I just now recorded, and that'll help me decide what I need to say next. That's just how my brain works. And I have been editing with these in. No problem at all. I can hear everything going on in my video perfectly fine. Leaving these things in has not been an issue. And I can totally see being out in the world, people talking to you and so forth, even watching TV. You could forget these things are in your ears. That's how clear having a hole makes the world around you sound. So guys, that's all I have for you today on this quick unboxing and review of Sony's new Sony LinkBuds. There is an affiliate link down below should you choose to purchase these for yourself in a way that would help support the channel. Don't forget to hit that like button, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thanks for stopping by today. I'll see you on the next one. And until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.